What's going on YouTube? CT Shadows here, and it is like 3 in the morning. And I got a request for a deck profile, or a deck update rather, on my Battling boxers. It was only one person that requested it, but I mean, I only have like 70 subscribers, so one person asking for something is kind of important. I appreciate the support that's getting to the podcast. So, yeah, let's just get into this update. This is what I played for the March 2013 format, going right now to September. This is basically the build that I came up with. I mean, it's changed through the format, but this is the best build that I think I've come up with. So it's 3 headgear, which is the Foolish Burial. It's basically 3 of every boxer. 3 Spar, 3 Glassjaw, and 3 Switch Hitter. The only one I don't run anymore is Counterpunch, and we'll get into why. I guess right now, this format was 3 main decks. It was Evil Swarm, Prophecy, and Dragons. Counterpunch doesn't do anything to Dragons or Prophecy, so I decided not to run it, and I'll show you what card I did decide to put it in 3. It does do something against Evil Swarm, but we all know that Evil Swarm was not even remotely close to as popular as Prophecy and Dragons. So that's it for the boxers. I mean, you all know how they work. This is Debris. Glassjaw combos well with headgeared, and Spars basically a keys on, and they all set up lead yoke plays. So yeah, we one of Photon Thrasher. I used to run 2, but I mean he's just there to set up like the turn 1 Shockmaster play if you're going up against dragons, like game 3, and you could shut them down. And it's kind of bad going 3 cards to make 1 Shockmaster, but I mean. It also makes turn 1 Lavalval Chain plays, which ends up being a +1 with Glassjaw. And then I still run the 2 Blaster. I think it's a really good card. I don't run MST at all, so I use Blaster to pop back row and stuff like that. And then the last monster is 3 Maxi. It was needed this format, so I ran in 3. And this is probably the build that I'm taking into next format as well. But I ran it in 3. A lot of special summoning. You need to draw it like first hand. So that's it for the monster lineup. Over to the spell lineup, not that many. 2 duality, consistency, reborn, and heavy for stables, Rhoda, and Warrior Returning Alive. Warrior Returning Alive is a decent card late game when you need like a switch hit or something to get the Debris effect off. All the monsters are in the graveyard, and Rhoda they're all warriors, so that's it for the spells. And then traps is a pretty heavy lineup actually. Start off with double torrential. Lead Yoke protects himself from torrential, so if your opponent goes hard and you have a Lead Yoke, you can torrential their board, detach from Lead Yoke, and you're safe. You can also do torrential while you have a Glassjaw and get Glassjaw's effect off, which is great. 2 Xyz block still. If you guys saw my last deck profile on this deck, I ran 2 Xyz block because the combo with it, or the way you're supposed to use it in this deck is really nasty. You can negate an effect, and then you detach a material from Lead Yoke, and he gains the 800 attack, plus you negate the effect and destroy it, and it's a counter trap. So this is a really nasty card in this deck specifically. 2 Bottomless, 2 Compulse, just staple cards. This is what I pulled the 3 Counterpunch out for. Really key card in this deck. 3 Vanity's Emptiness. This deck isn't meta, obviously, so it needs cards to counter the meta, a la Vanity's Emptiness. And like 3 Maxi. It's unexpected, and if you can get Emptiness off with a Lead Yoke, you're pretty set. 2 other cards that I added, instead of Effect Veiler, which I ran before, I run Breakthrough Skill now. I've always liked Breakthrough Skill better than Effect Veiler because I can use it twice. And we have Starlight Road and Solemn Duo. So that's it for the main deck. It's 40 cards. Very simplistic build. I mean, I haven't really seen anyone else run cards like Xyz block or counter, whatever it's called. Xyz block. I haven't seen that before, and I think that's a really nasty combo. I mean, if you guys like my build, go ahead, dude. I don't care. You can use it. Now we move into the extra deck, which I've been slightly tuning during the course of the format. 1 Stardust Dragon for Starlight Road, obviously. Excalibur. I haven't organized this, so I have like 3 Lead Yokes. 3 lead yolks, the main exceeds in this deck. You make him more than anything. You make him every game like 2 or 3 times, honestly. So 3 lead yolk needed. Number 25, Utopia. Number 44, Sky Pegasus. I enjoy this card. I haven't gotten it off yet, but I feel like when I'm put into the situation where I can get it off and win, then I'm gonna like it. Late Armor Ninja, they're all warriors. I barely get him off, but I mean, he's there. He has a good effect when you do get him off. Shockmaster. Low Wobble Chain. Low Wobble Chain has a very good turn 1 play for this deck, where you end up with your hand set up and your grave set up. You have a Glass Jaw on the grave and a switch hitter in your hand, so you have a 1 card Battling Boxer Lead Yoke your next turn. Abyss Dweller, Mermails, Dragons, Maestroke defensive card, Cowboy in case you need that extra boost at the end, main phase 2. Cowboy for game, Pew Pew. And then number 85, YOLO Box. If I ever decided to side, I don't have a definite side deck yet, surprisingly, even though I topped the tournament. But if I ever decided to side Eradicator this format, which I would have needed to for Prophecy, then this would be the card that I need to get it off. So that's my deck profile, guys. If you were the person that asked for it, I wish I knew your. I wish I could shout you out by name. But I can't because you know what? Yeah, I think I can. Because I might have hit the mic there. I got an email from YouTube basically telling me that someone left a comment. Poop unit. There's your shout out, man. Thanks for caring enough to ask for a update. And that's the updated deck, dude. So if you're looking forward to playing this deck, man, and go for it. You don't have to use my build, but you can definitely use me as a reference. Thanks for watching, you guys, and tune into the podcast, which will be up soon. Number 6. Tune in, because it's my most famous segment thing.